All right, good afternoon. Today we are continuing with our Unit 6. We are on CO37. I can use scale drawings in real context. So if we're going to be using scale drawings, we need to know what that means. So let's make sure all of our calculators are put aside right now so we are focusing on what we are doing in class. There should not be people working ahead, okay? So we are just working together right now. We are not in a rush to be done with this assignment. We want to learn it, make sure we're doing things correctly. A scale drawing is a copy of an object that is proportional to the dimensions of the original object. So your scale drawing is a copy of an object that is proportional to the dimensions of the original object. So we can see a map is a scale drawing. It is proportional to the real object. In the map below, each square represents 1.5 miles. So in real life, it is that much bigger. So we multiplied all this by 1.5 miles. We can see just how big this island is. So we're going to use that to answer your questions. So how far is it from Camelback Mountain Range to the southern forest? So we see that I-4 right here. So if you go to I and you go to the 4, that's where we're starting from. I-4 to the southern forest, I-12. So we want to go from I-4 to I-12. So how far is it from I-4 to I-12? How many miles would that be?
11.5.
It's not 11.5.
It's 10.
What do you think, Briggs?
12 miles.
How did you get that, Briggs?
Because there are 8 spaces between 4 and 12.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we started right here and we counted to the next square, and there were 8 squares.
I did 1.5 times 7.
Yeah, but it's not 7.
8.
It's 8. See, this is why all of you that were trying to work ahead weren't starting at the right place. You have to make sure that you're starting at the right square and you're counting to the correct square. So there were 8 squares, and we times that by the 1.5 miles, and we get 12 miles. So it's very important that when you're using those scale drawings, that Camelback Mountain Range, look at all of that space we had. You need to know where to start from. So that's why we have that information in here. Okay, so it's giving you the tools that you need to solve the problem. So make sure you're starting at the right place. Yes?
Yeah, what I did is I was doing 1.5 plus 1.5 top of 5 in my head, and then I think I skipped a number by accident, so I got 11.5.
So instead of adding it all in your head, do the multiplying. Okay, so you don't miss one. Okay. This is a pretty basic lesson today. It's only the one page. So we can see we know how to work with the map. So we should be able to do the second question. Shh. Then on the bottom it says in the diagram below, each square represents 1 foot.
Our squares are like really big now.
So, friends, I am going to leave this up on the board. And my friends at home, if you're having a hard time seeing it, you can pause the video as you're watching it so you can see where the squares are. For my friends in the classroom, I'm going to leave this on the board so you will be able to count it. I will try to make it a little bigger. So, it's doing the same thing that you were doing up top, using those grids. In the bedroom, the upper left, draw a bed that is 8 feet by 5 feet. So it's different than what we were doing on the map. Now you're actually drawing something to scale. Where would you put the bed? Where would you put the dresser and the desk? So you're going to use this space. Are we going to want to put the bed right in the middle, taking up all the space? Or do you want to put the bed over by a wall? You decide where you're going to put the bed, the dresser, and a desk. Look at how big it needs to be. 2.5 feet by 3.5 feet. So one side of your rectangle is 3.5, one side is 2.5. So you're going to draw it in. Label them. Which one is the bed? Which one is the dresser? Which one is the desk? So you're going to be drawing them in. So my friends at home, if you have questions, you can email them to me. Again, if you're having a hard time seeing the grid on your paper, pause the video so you can see the grid on the screen and it'll show you where the squares are. We hope you are feeling well and that we get to see you soon.